Welcome to 812 Sports. We will be taking over the mics for this podcast this year. I'm Dane Padgett, and with me are my co-hosts
Tyler Hannon
and Lucas Shinkle.
We will be bringing you fresh takes, predictions, and all sports talk you love, from football to basketball and anything in between.
We're keeping the podcast the same, just changing the voices and adding new takes about the sports.
So I've been a sports fan my whole life. I've grown up watching sports from college to professional. I just love watching games and looking at stats to see how each player did.
I'm the one about predictions and bold takes, whether it's calling an upset or having random takes about different games or players. I'll keep things fun.
I'm the guy that's going to keep the conversation flowing, making sure we connect all of the takes, keep the discussion smooth, and add perspective from someone who's played sports my whole life. I'm here to help break things down and keep it real between the games and the commentary.
So what can you guys expect from us on 812 Sports? Every week we'll break down the biggest games, share our predictions, and react to the latest news across sports.
Basically, we're here to make sure you're entertained, informed, and maybe a little shocked by what we predict each week.
So for the first episode, we're just going to talk about recent news and different updates from different sports. The first question is, what are your guys' thoughts on Colts signing Phillip Rivers?
So my thoughts on the Colts signing Phillip Rivers is I don't think it's the best of decisions by the Colts. I think them still being close to playoff contention, I think they should have got a more competitive quarterback. I think signing a 44-year-old dude who hasn't played in about 5 years wasn't the best of ideas for the Colts. I think them reaching out to Sam Ehlinger, who's on the practice squad of the Broncos, was a good idea since he used to play for the Colts and understands the playbooks and stuff like that. But unfortunately, he did not want to come back for the Colts. Also, there's different guys like Joe Flacco or like Jameis Winston who are backups that could have been traded for, and even Cam Newton, who is still in shape and could still produce in the NFL. Lucas, what's your thoughts on it, being a Colts fan?
Well, I feel, going off your part, he's a 44-year-old man. They've just released video of him practicing again, and it doesn't seem like he's back in it like he used to be. The last time he played an NFL game was with the Colts, and he led the Colts to the playoffs, which hopefully that happens again because all of our backup quarterbacks are out. And at one point, they were talking about putting our starting tight end at quarterback and feeling that that's not a good option. They could have picked up other people. There could be free agents that are younger. And like he said, Cam Newton, he spoke out on it that they didn't reach out to him, which if I was in his perspective, being younger, still in shape, I would be mad too. But knowing that we finally have somebody back there that has the mentality of being a leader and able to play the game as a quarterback, that I feel like we have a good chance.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's been out for a while, and it's hard to just come back to it. But a couple other questions. The league is rolling out a new mandatory field service standards to improve player safety across all 32 stadiums by the year 2028. How do you guys expect this will help with injuries?
I think this will be good for injuries and for players across the league and stuff. Especially with like season-ending injuries with like knee problems like ACL, like Malik Neighbors this year. The Giants were on good pace to be good this year. Jackson Dart was playing good. Cam Scadden was playing good. And just imagine that they had like a true wide receiver one to help their offense. That could really like change a franchise and not getting to the playoffs and stuff like that. Lucas, what's your thoughts on that?
I feel right up the alley you are. A lot of season-ending injuries happen every year depending on the field that people are playing on. There's some fields that they call are the season-ending fields. Like up in New York, their field always has a couple injuries every year. And knowing that they're going to be changing the field, we don't know. They haven't said what they're going to change it into. But hopefully that lowers the injuries. And at the end of the day, all the injuries that those people get don't just affect their career, it affects their life, because what they want to do after they retire, they don't know if they're going to be able to do it because of the bad injuries that they suffer on the field. But hopefully that goes down so we're able to experience the game that we love.
Also, I'd like to add, since all the fields are regulated and all the same, it'll be better for players going week to week, and there won't be as big as a home field advantage for certain teams. Compared to like fields being grass or turf, it'll always be regulated. So I think games will be closer depending on away games and home games. So I think that'll be just better overall for the league, and closer games will just make it more fun to watch.
Yeah. All right, next up, we're going to have your guys' reaction on the thoughts and the teams that made it into college football playoffs.
First up, in Indiana, I think they deserve the number one spot. They've been 13-0, won the Big Ten. competing against Ohio State, who is probably the second best team all year. So I think Indiana and Ohio State being number 1, 2 is a good spot. Georgia winning the SEC, they deserve to be 3. Next up, they had Texas Tech. They won the Big 12, so probably deserve to be there, and they've been good all year. Oregon's in the Big 10, so hard conference. Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, all in the SEC. They made their cases of the year. The controversial one for me, I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I don't think Alabama should have made it. They had 3 losses this year, and they have been playing good football in the last month probably. So I don't think Alabama should have made it because I don't see them going anywhere in the college football playoff. So I think Notre Dame should have been there at 11, 10, somewhere in there. And then with Tulane and James Madison, based on the rules, they have to be in it. I don't really agree with the rules because I think the 12 best teams should just make it, but those are my thoughts. Lucas, what do you got to say?
Well, I am an Indiana fan, and I love watching Indiana football. And knowing that and watching that Ohio State game against them, it was a close one. But they both deserve to be in the playoffs. Georgia, they deserve to be in the playoffs. They had a good season, knocking Alabama out in the championship. Texas Tech, good team this year. Oregon, they had some ups and downs this year, but I think they deserve to be in the playoffs. Ole Miss, one good season. And Texas A&M, they both did good too. Oklahoma, really an underrated team going into the playoffs. A lot of people think that if they go against Alabama that they're going to lose, but Oklahoma has been a silent team all year, and they've showed it how good they are out in the field. Miami, they've done it really good this year, having close games and blowing teams out. Tulane, they've done excellent this year, and how Tyler said that they have to be in the playoffs, which they're the best teams in their conference, so they should deserve a part. And James Madison, very underrated team going into the playoffs, and I feel like they're going to put on a show that nobody believes.
All right, that's a wrap for our first episode. We've covered Phillip Rivers, NFL field changes in the college football scene, but we've got so much more coming.
Next week, we're diving into the key NFL games of the week and breaking down our predictions for the college football playoff. You won't want to miss our takes and some bold predictions that could shock you.
So thanks for tuning in to our first show as the new host of 812 Sports. We're just getting started and can't wait to bring you news stories, analyzing games each week, and having predictions for you guys.
Thanks for tuning in into 812 Sports by Tyler Hannon, Dane Padgett, and Lucas Shinkle on PHS Media News. Our intro music is called Sports Music by MSCC, and we'll see you on the next episode.